Hey, everybody. This is Karen Jackson and my co host.
Sandy Bansell.
We are so happy to be here. This is season 2, episode 8 of Chat with Sandy and Karen. And today we thought we would chat about just what it's like to move to another country and experience the culture that is different from our own. And so I get to be kind of the guest, and Sandy's going to
Well,
ask me the questions.
yes, well, I was going to do the introduction, but hey, Garrett,
Oh,
welcome. It's okay.
okay. So yeah, season
So,
2. Let's mix it up.
so what is it like to move to another country, Karen?
Um. Well, it's the people have been so welcoming and so happy to see me. Both at work and my neighbors, and it's been a wonderful experience just overall. But it has been challenging, and I just but I don't regret it, and I haven't regretted since I moved here in July. So that's several months, and it's uh, it's just every day is different, and you have to wake up in the morning and think, "What's today going to be like?"
Mm,
So that's kind of what it is. And I try to I'm taking one day at a time.
yeah, I suppose the advantage about here is everyone can speak English. So I think that's a good
Yes,
experience that you can get by because everyone can speak English here.
right, right, and maybe not perfect English, but between the two of us, I think I can uh, stumble my way through enough nouns in Swedish, and I can get around. Um, and also, if I may, I think what has helped me and is if I keep my mouth closed, I kind of look like I fit in, you know. So I can nod and say "Varsågod" and "Tack så mycket" and thank you and uh, "Ursäkta," excuse me. If I need to get on the tram or off a tram or something like that, and I don't stand out. I don't think, except that maybe I'm very short. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, I think and everyone seems to be a giant around me. Um, that's just one thing I've noticed is that I can I try to fit in, and that's what my goal is.
So, talking about the height, what other cultures have you experienced whilst being here? Because you've been here for about 6 months now.
Hmm. Hmm.
No, you
Uh,
haven't. 4 months.
yeah, July 10th, 11th. Yeah. Four-ish. Um,
Yeah.
so you mean just physically looking around at the different kinds of people? Um, no,
No, the
and
culture, Swedish culture.
yeah.
They have, I mean, now they've had their version of Halloween. They've had
Hmm.
their version of Father's Day and the
Yeah.
culture of how people meet and greet.
Yeah. Um, well, Halloween was interesting. It seems like each neighborhood kind of has its way of doing things. And a couple weeks before Halloween, we got a note in our mailbox from the neighborhood, and they said, if you're interested in giving out candy to the children, then just leave a light on outside your porch and or at least close to your door so that the children know to come and get their treats. Um, It's it's that sort of similar to the US in that if there's lights on in the house, then the people know that they can come by. But that was kind of cool. And our school had a wonderful um, opportunity where they allowed the students to come and watch a scary movie and bring their own candy and just that way that everyone has a place to go. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was nice. Father's Day was a little different because normally I'm used to it being celebrated in June. Um, so that's kind of a fall celebration here of fatherhood. And that was a little different. That surprised me. I didn't know it was coming up. And then I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of going to miss Thanksgiving this week because that's actually my favorite holiday. I like it even more than Christmas. So it's going to be a little different not having the traditional Thanksgiving dinner. But it's you know, it's different. And there's some people do celebrate Thanksgiving in their own way. So it'll be a little bit different.
Oh, nice. So, talking about Thanksgiving, what American cultures have you discovered here, or have you personally tried to implement?
I think one of the things that I took away from my last employment was birthday celebration, and so just acknowledging people on their birthdays. It's not necessarily a big deal in some of the relationships at work. It's not really a thing that work celebrates. One thing I've noticed. So that's been kind of something interesting to try to encourage people and just say thank you for being you and another year older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has there been anything else? Because I think Halloween is very much American, and you've said it earlier. So that and what else is it seems like I don't know, days have become so shorter here that you just can't.
Yeah. Well, and at 7:15, 7:30, it's still dark like night dark. And around 5 o'clock, it seems like it's already getting dark. So the days are much shorter than I'm used to at this time of year. It does that we do have shorter days in closer to the end of December and January, but at least in Texas. But and one thing that's on my bucket list that always has been on my bucket list is seeing the Northern Lights. So it's kind of good that it's so dark because I'm always looking up, craning my eyes at the sky to see if I can see something. But where I'm living, it's kind of cloudy. It seems to cloud up at night and clear off during the day. So that's been a little frustrating. But I think the sun is going into an 11-year span of activity, so I should be able to see it during my time here. So I'm still looking for it. I still want to see. Still trying to see it.
Yeah, but they were Northern Lights. I think it was Thursday. It was very bright in the sky.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, the last I think like 3 weeks, there's been 3 really active streams, I guess, of the ions or whatever it is that the sun shoots at us.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet, so I'm still keeping my eyes on the sky. Though I'm going to see it. I'm determined.
So you walk with your head held high.
Yes, tripping over all kinds of stuff in the street.
Oh no, I think the streets are pretty clean here.
Oh yeah, but I mean curbs. I'm talking about curbs and bicycles and trams and buses and you gotta keep your eye out for those things too.
Oh, I don't know what streets you're walking on, Karen. Uh, okay, so what advice would you give yourself now if you had to
Hmm.
take time back 1 year? So this time now, last year, knowing that you were going to move to
Yeah. Um, well, number one, just be open to
Sweden.
opportunities and um, be open for just don't be afraid to say yes. That's what's important. And keep your eyes open for opportunities and don't be afraid. That's one of the main things that I would say to myself. Um, and you'll never be completely ready. You'll never be just like 100%. You'll never have every question answered before you actually say yes and try to step out into the unknown. So don't be afraid. Just do it. Connect with people by being yourself, and appreciate others, and I think that you'll be appreciated for who you are as well. So don't be afraid also to make mistakes, that you're going to make mistakes, and but that's part of the adventure and part of your story that you'll have to tell for years to come, is that um, just just go ahead and do it, and you'll make it. You'll make it.
Yeah.
Um, so those are
Uh,
some of the thoughts.
yeah. Um, do you think you could, or would you move to another country now, following that you've moved to Sweden?
Oh, wow. I I think so. I think maybe. Yeah, why not? Um, but I wouldn't want to do it right away because I still don't feel like I've done what I need to do here. But but I would be open to it. And I think I would be better at it. You know?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah,
Would you? Could
yeah,
you?
I
Not
think
telling
so.
you to move tomorrow, Karen.
Yeah, you're trying to get rid of me already. Wait a minute. No, I think that yeah, it's I'll tell you what, I have really gained a respect for students that I had in the past that didn't speak English, you know, um, because now I know that sometimes I think as I'm riding along a train or something and I hear something in Swedish and I think, I wonder if one day I'm just going to understand this, or if it's going to be just a word or two that are going to drop into my consciousness and I'm going to know what they're talking about. Because right now there's so many words I don't know that I just wait for a word that I do understand so I can kind of get the gist of what I'm listening to. Um, but it's been really good. It's been really interesting to hear a different language, and it's something I think about all the time, every day, and it takes all my energy to try to understand what I'm listening to, and I
Mm,
seriously do try to listen to it just so I can learn the language.
mm. Any experiences of your journey you would like to share with our listeners?
Let's see. I I've gotten lost a couple times and spent 30 to 40 minutes extra on a train once, coming back from Stockholm, and then I got on the commuter train instead of I got on the slow train instead of the commuter train, and it took me about 4 hours instead of 3 hours. So that was quite an adventure. Um, but no, I've enjoyed going shopping to different places to discover different stores, and in a mall or just different little shops that are on the sides of the streets, which are kind of fun to just drop in and look at different things in there. So that's been kind of fun. Is the shopping experience? It's been different because there are like in the mall there would be a pharmacy kind of shop, and then right across the way there's the same kind of pharmacy kind of shop where they sell similar things, but they're competing with each other, but yet the malls are all full, whereas in Texas, some of our malls are struggling. They can't get people to move in and start up their shops. So it's interesting to see how there are multiple stores and kind of repeat stores, but everyone's still, I don't know why one would be better than the other, or they seem to sell the same kinds of things, but apparently everyone's making enough money to stay in business. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. So what positive experiences could you give our listeners to move to another country? As this was part of your journey from July, or probably before coming here?
Well, I'm still there. There are certain things that have to be done, like getting a person number that I'm actually still waiting to get. So kind of do the research, find out what you need to do and in what order, because a couple times I went to the right place, but at the wrong time, and I had to come back to bring other paperwork and things. So try to talk to as many people as you can and look at the websites that are available about moving to that country and see what your paperwork, what you need to have. So, and I know that some people who are maybe students and they want to stay in the country where they're a student, they have a hard time transitioning from student to worker. So make sure you know and you can get all your ducks in a row, as we say, so that you aren't surprised with some requirement that you can't provide for the government or whatever paperwork that needs to be done. So because I have a job that's how this whole process started, then I'm in pretty good shape, but still it takes time, and try to be patient.
Well, they were really good, Karen. It's so nice to hear about your positive journey coming here and experiencing all of this. I think it'd be it's so inspiring for those who want to move, and especially now when things are sort of like unstable, whether they can get a job or not job. So it's really nice listening to all of this and knowing you've got that support, like you said, with your neighbors, and then at work, it's nice to see and hear that. If anyone wants to share their experiences, then do write to us at chat WSK1. You can tweet or find us on Facebook or email us, and our email's usually at the bottom, but it'll be on our site, on our YouTube site. Other than that, thank you, Karen, for sharing your experience with us. Thank you to all our listeners, and we'll have a new podcast for next week.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.